Anthony Martial had 90 potential in FIFA 17 while being dubbed the next Thierry Henry. People were calling him Anti-Thierry Martial, and in his first game he kinda resembled the big man when he caught a lucky bounce and brought Martin Tyler back from the dead with his goal to make it 3-1 against Liverpool. And he continued this momentum throughout his first season, scoring 17 goals and assisting 8 times, also winning the 2015 Golden Boy. But things started to slow down after Jose Mourinho took charge, as he didn't get consistent minutes under him, showing flashes of greatness but also having inconsistent effort and production. Martial began flying again during 2020 though, looking like he was hitting his prime with 21 goals and 6 assists that season, and one of my personal favorite goals I've watched live being a nonchalant, I do not care at all chip against Watford. But that was really his purple patch, man, and he never got back to that form. So after a mediocre loan spell to Sevilla, he left the club after 9 years and is now playing in Mexico for Monterrey, having had a successful career, but we know he could have been more. A couple years later, another next Thierry Henry came through at Monaco, and I'm sure you know his name, Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe was given 92 potential in FIFA 17 after playing a big part in Monaco's famous UCL semi-final run. And we pretty much all know Mbappe's story. He's, in my opinion, despite looking like Donatello, the best player of his generation, bringing legit top 5 in the world pace and finishing, and also world-class dribbling to the table. But what cemented it for me was the 2022 World Cup final, as his hat-trick in a loss, burying 2 pressure penalties against known instigator Martinez, and his powerful halftime speech down 2-0 showed me he's got the mind and the leadership of an all-time great as well. And yeah, obviously he has the PayPal money man stuff going on, and he doesn't have a UCL or Ballon d'Or yet, but I'm pretty sure he will get those coming soon. And after he adds to his already massive 425 goals and 178 assists throughout the next decade, Mbappe will be remembered as one of the greatest players of all time. There was also another hyped Wonderkid in that Monaco team with Mbappe, as Thomas Lemar had 89 potential in FIFA 18. Lemar got 11 goals and 14 assists for that young Monaco squad, and after another solid season, Atletico Madrid decided to splash 70 million on him in 2018. He didn't stand out as much in his first season though, with only 3 goals and 3 assists, and after that, Lemar unfortunately couldn't turn it around as he struggled mightily with many short-term injuries. He had some time playing deeper as a center mid in 2021 and did hit some good form in this role, but then he sadly ruptured his Achilles, erasing all hope that he could reach his potential. So now he's playing at Girona as a rotational piece after a decent but underwhelming career. Across the city from Lemar came a defensive wonderkid at Real Madrid, as Rafael Varane had 89 potential in FIFA 16. Varane was bought by Real for 11 million in 2011, and when he played, he was one of the best, making people think he'd be the best defender of his generation. But because of some recurring injury issues, he was kind of the third guy behind the legendary Pepe and Ramos partnership while they won the countless trophies of that era. He eventually fought through the injuries though and became the starter in 2016 after the scary Portuguese man winded down. And he was a key member of the squad that won 3 UCL titles in a row and also won the World Cup with France in 2018, being their best defender. He started to dip a bit after that though and moved to Man United in 2021, where it was clear that the years of injury and toil on his body had made him kinda washed at just 28. He was still a top level CB, but he just couldn't stay on the pitch much anymore. So after getting immediately injured in his debut for Como, Varane retired at 32, finishing a career that had a short but world-class peak. Real's biggest rivals spent big on their own wonderkid in the 2010s, as Ousmane Dembele had a massive 92 potential in FIFA 18. Dembele burst onto the scene and got 12 goals and 5 assists for Rennes at just 18 years old, prompting him to make the smart young player move to Dortmund for 35 million euro. He continued rising up there, getting 8 goals and 18 assists in his first season, but that ended up being his only season in Germany, as Barcelona had seen enough and dropped 105 million euros plus 40 million in add-ons for his services. His first season at Barca didn't go that well though, as he was mostly injured but played good whenever he was healthy, and that was really the story for his entire time at Barca, as he showed real flashes of being worth all that money, but criticisms of his lackluster work rate towards staying fit rang true, as he missed 141 games over 6 seasons in Spain. However, after moving to PSG for 50 million euro, he fixed things up after receiving the new dad buff and full focusing once he saw his kid get born. He's been a lot more fit the last couple of seasons, and in 2025 that's all culminated in a 32 goal, 15 assist, treble winning season where he was awarded the Ballon d'Or. And while some people are saying that this is a weak Mickey Mouse Ballon d'Or, his production and ability are undeniable, as he looks to cement himself as one of the best players of his generation. Someone who was also a teenager in Germany was Kingsley Coman, who had an 88 potential in FIFA 19. Coman had a very strange start to his career, being passed around PSG and Juventus youth setups before getting to Bayern in 2015. And to be completely real, I don't have too much special to say about his career, as he just spent 11 years at Bayern, never being their main man, but he played some games and scored some goals every year. He did have some great highlight moments, especially scoring the the goal to win the UCL final for them, and before Harry Kane arrived with his curse in 2024, Coman had actually won a league title in every season of his pro career, and now he's at Al Nassr receiving the bag after a very good career. But yeah, I mean, he was kind of overshadowed by some of the other names on his list. His former teammate at Bayern, Corentin Tolisso, was also a Wonderkid back in the day, as he was given 89 potential in FIFA 18. After impressing at Lyon, especially in 2017 where he got 14 goals and 7 assists as a midfielder, Bayern broke the German transfer record at the time and spent 41.5 million euro on him. He had a solid first season in Germany with 9 goals and 6 assists and often was one of the best players on the pitch, but the problem was he couldn't get on the pitch consistently because of injuries and the strong Bayern midfield. Then at the start of the 2018 season, Tolisso unfortunately tore his ACL, which really messed up his physicality and athleticism that was a big part of his game, and then ruptured a thigh tendon in 2021 too, so his entire Bayern spell was just destroyed by injuries. So after that he went back to Lyon, where he's actually been much healthier again, which must frustrate Bayern fans infinity, playing a key role for a Lyon side challenging top 4 this season. Tolisso also had a former Wonderkid teammate, this time at Lyon, as Houssem Aouar had a 90 potential in FIFA 19. A hugely talented and skillful creator, Aouar broke into the Lyon first team as a teenager and played extremely well his first 2 seasons, linking him away with many big money moves to the elite clubs of the world. But the big move just never materialized, and Aouar kinda stagnated at Lyon, still performing well, especially in their 2020 UCL semi-final run, but not developing too much with age. Then after 14 years at the club, Aouar finally made a move away, but it was just a free transfer to Roma in 2023 where he was just a rotation player for a season. And the season after that, he finally did make a big money move, but the money was his wages, as he is now receiving a bag like Coman in Saudi Arabia and has also now switched his nationality to Algeria. Another player with Algerian roots and also another player who started off at Lyon was Yassine Benzia, who got an 85 potential in FIFA 14. A real OG FIFA gem, Benzia got lots of hype after a good showing at the U17 World Cup, but could never really break into the first team at Lyon in his 4 seasons there. So in 2015, he moved to Lille for just 1 million euro and started to show his talent and skill while playing on the wing for them, but he never really developed any further, not getting many goals or assists, and after some disappointing loans at Fenerbahce and Olympiacos, he moved to Dijon for 1.5 million. And yeah, he kinda just bounced around after that, having a good spell at Karabakh for 2 seasons, and is now also in the Saudi land feeding his bank account. Finally finishing off all these Lyon players is Tanguy Ndombele, who was given an 89 potential in FIFA 19. A true savant with the ball, you simply could not dispossess Ndombele, and after a top 2018 season, my favorite team Spurs bought him for a club record 62 million euro. But if you're a Spurs fan, you know that this man is our undisputed, unequivocal worst signing of all time, as he would just show up like every 15 games with some insane skills and then just get completely gassed after 20 minutes just walking around the pitch and then fall out of the rotation for the next 3 months. Like this guy, man, he's a huge part of the reason why we suck right now, man, because we wasted all that money on him. He just don't want to train or do cardio or stay fit. He just wants to chill and relax and eat. Like, oh my god, horrible, man, all that talent to waste. So yeah, after only 2 years, we kind of just gave up on him and sent him out on loan to some places where he also didn't really do much, and now he's at Nice, also injured, also mid, and yeah, just a complete waste of, in my opinion, potential to be one of the best of all time, genuinely. Before Ndombele, there was another savant level talent with the ball, labeled the future of Chelsea by Carlo Ancelotti, Gael Kakuta. Eden Hazard in a recent interview said that Kakuta was the most talented player he'd ever played with, but his move to Chelsea at just 16 might have been too soon as he struggled to get playing time in London. So he began to get loaned out a ton in 2011, starting with Fulham and then expanding to all kinds of places like Lyon, Vitesse, and Rayo Vallecano, where performances were mixed, but at Vallecano he played pretty well actually. He was still far away from Chelsea's rotation though, so after that he left to Sevilla, where he started a huge mercenary period where he never stayed at a single club for over a year until 2022 with Amiens. And while he had some decent spells over his career, he never did get to that best in the world potential, currently playing for Sakaryaspor in the Turkish 2nd division, though we did see him put in some nice cameos at this year's AFCON actually for DR Congo. And now going to another player who moved to England at a young age, and Paul Pogba, who had a 91 potential in FIFA 15. Pogba joined Man United's youth setup at 16 but left to Juventus 3 years later in search of playing time, and in Italy, man, Pogba was just insane. He could do absolutely everything, man. Skills, shooting, passing, defending, physicality, being 6'3" and strong and moving like he was a foot shorter, all of this at 20 years old. His natural talent was just staggering. And after becoming one of the best in the world at Juve, Man United broke the world record transfer fee at the time to bring him back. You know, a quick little sell for 0, buy for 105 million financial decision. His time at United was marked by periods of him being world class and absolutely unplayable, but it was just frustrating because sometimes he just wouldn't be focused at all and just like take games off. He was one of the most polarizing players in the world with the flashy haircuts, the dabs and dances, and I really don't know how to summarize him, man. Some games he was the best player in the world, and some games he was just a liability, being labeled a virus by Jose Mourinho. In 2022, he left Man United after that tumultuous spell, and since then he has gotten banned for drug use for 4 years and is currently out injured for Monaco, who are looking to get rid of him. And look, I'm not gonna act like the inconsistency is all Pogba's fault. We all know that the childhood friends and his own brother were out here extorting and blackmailing him, but even while being a World Cup winning starter and having an overall extremely successful career, it just speaks to his talent and ability that we know he could have been so much more, maybe one of the best of all time. I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribed if you enjoyed the video, and comment below what you want to see next.